What is going on, everyone? So, I don't know if this is something that, God's telling me to do, of course, but I feel like it's one of those things where I'm sitting in a place where I feel like He's speaking to me to share, like, not necessarily like one of my stories, but share like an opinion on something. So, basically, what I feel like I feel like He's basically on me nonstop today, wanting to speak about, like, is your surrounding creating a situation? So is it? Is your surrounding created situation? So whenever I say that, it's saying like basically is your circle or the people that you're surrounded by or the environment that you're allowing yourself to be in, is it creating a situation? When I say is it creating a situation, basically I feel like is it creating you to hold yourself from catapulting, I guess you could say, into the purposeful life that you were meant to have through God's vision, or the life that you see yourself having, through God's vision. Like, is your surrounding creating a wall that you are not able to either bust through or climb over? And whenever I speak about that, I feel like the reason I'm saying it is because I feel like we all allow ourselves to have a certain type of environment around us. And we all also allow people to come into our life that possibly aren't meant to be in our life. But also, it's like I feel like some of us also are like we share a lifetime with these people. So when I say that, I also speak about family, long term friends that like you've been friends with ever since like elementary school. I feel like we stand in a point where like not everyone is meant to elevate with you whenever you're trying to fulfill your life through God's will. And the reason why I feel like everybody's not meant to is like sometimes it's just one of those things where you have to allow the dead weight and you have to allow these people to kind of just from an arm distance, like keep them, outside, or you have to pretty much give them the cold shoulder sometimes. And it's like, it's not nothing wrong with that. It's the fact of you caring for yourself. Because I come from a fact where it's like I've always been the person to give the shirt off my back, and I feel like I've always said I've been like a yes man and never stood up for myself. And as I grow, through God and also get closer with Him, I start to understand that there's certain things that I have to allow myself to do, and a lot of those things is like I have to step away from, certain people that are in my life. I have to also say no. I have to also allow myself to, turn down work and this, that, and the other. And the reason why is because I feel like God strongly on me saying, son, why are you doing things that you don't want to do? Why are you allowing people to step into your life that's stopping you from what I got planned for you? And the thing that gets me the most is like we are kind-hearted. You know what I'm saying? We have compassion for people, and it's hard to let people go because if we have love for people and we're compassionate about people whenever they're around us, we don't want to upset them. But the thing about it is why would you not take the ability of like not understanding that it's not like we're not upsetting them, sorry, but we also have to understand that we have to like let them go, like, because and not even let them go. It's like we just have to like say, hey, I'm gonna have to back off, or hey, I'm not able to accept this, or hey, I'm sorry, this it's got to be this way. And if they don't understand whenever you're trying to do something through God's will, then they were really never meant to elevate with you to start out with or even go with you. And it's like that right there is like check number one. Boom, you just check that box off. They don't want you to elevate. They don't want to be left behind. Well, then they need to catch up and get right with God. And it's that simple. And that's the thing that I see is like, don't let your surrounding create situations in your life that is keeping you from having the life that you envision and having the life that God's been called on you, or God has called on you to make come forth, or to through His will. And I wanted to share this because I feel like, I'm one of those that struggles. I have struggled through it a lot. And now that I get closer to Him, I'm learning to like, say no when it's time to say no. Also, I'm learning with Him to say, hey, I don't want this person involved in what you're doing. Because I was always the guy looking for the person to invest with, to go with, to grow with, to build with, and everything else. When realistically, God's put it on my heart and showed me that it was all me all along. I never needed anyone to do the things that I wanted to do. I never needed anyone to have the create the vision that I see myself having. And that's one of the things that I wanted to share, because I feel like a lot of people need to hear this, and a lot of people need to understand that, like, not everybody is supposed to go to the top with you. Not everybody's supposed to, like, whenever you walk up to the gates, man, and it's like, it's judgment day, and God's standing forth, and He's sitting there looking at you, and He's just like, okay, you did good, go, I'm proud of you. But you're standing there, and next thing you know, He looks at you, and He looks over, and you got that person, you got that person, you got that person, you got that person, and He was like, they can't go with you. They're not a part of your story. Come here, let me talk to you in private. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you try to carry all these people with you, one day you're gonna have to break, break the chains of letting it go anyways, because, your sister, your cousin, your mama, your friend, your cousin, all these, your uncle, they can't come into heaven with you. You can't take them into heaven with you. You're the only one that's gonna be judged. And do you want to sit here and hear the words of like, I'm sorry, who are you? Due to the fact that you stayed in a season, or you stayed in a chapter, or you stayed around an environment that kept you from fulfilling the purpose that he has called you for? Do you think you could live with that? I know I couldn't. I couldn't live with it. We can share his word. We can preach to everyone, and we can also, try to tell people he is the way and try to bring them up with us. But whenever it's time for us to go, we can't. They don't have. It's one admission per person. One admission per person. This ain't a concert. You can't take your family. You can't take your friends. It's one admission. You got one admission to go here or you know what I'm saying? And it's simple as that. We can't take everybody. You truly got to understand that at the end of this lifetime, there's two places that we can go. One is to live for eternity and be at peace for the fact that we did his justice, or we lived the life that he wanted us to live, or one is just burn forever. And let's say that you try to bring everyone with you, and you got 5 people, right? Let's say he's like away from me. You didn't get to go. But this one person over here, he's like, but you, come on. Because you, even though you were in this circle, you still stayed back away from the fact of understanding. You kept them at a distance, but you still did your part. And you're looking like, oh, but they're with me. No, they're not. They're not with you. There's no such thing as they're with me. One admission. The choice is yours. I love y'all. Big faith. Peace.